This is TWiT.
Oh, Stadia. More coming out about Google's streaming gaming service. A couple of weeks ago, they closed down their own independent game laboratory, laying off hundreds, including Jade Raymond, who is a legendary game designer. She was running the Toronto Ubisoft studio. She went over to Google 1 year later. She's gone. This is the article at Bloomberg by Jason Schreier. Google's Stadia problem, a video game unit that's not googly enough. He talks about, I mean, just Google doesn't do content, really, and didn't really understand the idea of creating gaming content. I mean, seriously, if you buy an independent gaming studio and you expect a game in a year, you're not, you're smoking something.
Oh, my gosh, no.
I think they're also really bad at consumer products in general. I feel like I've brought this up so many times on this show, but Google does not have enough faith in its products to keep them around. Even something like Google Reader, which was kind of niche, but you can look at a whole bunch of things. Everything that happened at Nest, which kind of fell apart, but I guess is kind of hung together now.
Yeah, but
they're
hung
not
together.
great with consumer
Hung
products.
together is not like what you call a prosperous company.
Yeah,
we're hanging together. It's okay. We're not. It's a little shaky.
I think they do okay with some consumer hardware, but
the Pixel phones are okay, right?
Yeah, they're okay. I mean, I think that there is a commitment issue. There's a commitment issue that sometimes, but I think they're still committed to sort of Pixel phones. But I think the point you made about the gaming software, just the game, this is, years. I mean, literally we've heard of games being developed for over a decade. So, I don't know what their expectations were there, but the competition's too strong in the gaming space, and if they weren't fully committed, and clearly they weren't. They just, and Google, by the way, is really good at pulling the plug on things. I mean, how many things do they shutter a year?
It's sad because I think that they were the independent division under Stadia was trying to develop stuff, not as every other game company is doing, developing stuff for consoles and PCs and every platform, but specifically for a cloud platform where you could use AI, you could say, I want several servers. You had a lot more opportunities to do different kinds of games. Unfortunately, this Bloomberg story only describes one. One prototype was described as a cross between a Google Assistant and a Tamagotchi pet.
I love Tamagotchi.
Yeah, that's
what we need.
Yeah,
I guess that could be good.
You probably had a Tamagotchi when you were a kid,
I did,
didn't you? Yeah.
for a moment.
Yeah.
But what I think it's interesting is that they don't take advantage of their ecosystem. So if you're going to launch a gaming system, why not take advantage of like YouTube games and all your social
Well, that was the plan, wasn't it? I mean,
you're not giving it enough time to even go there. It just doesn't make sense.
There is a feature that allows you to pick up a game where your superstar YouTuber left off, right, Devindra? So he could say, okay, I've got you up to this point, take it away. That's cool.
They promised a lot. It's cool. Like, in theory, Stadia was a really cool concept, and we had seen cloud gaming before, and they had so many ideas. Like, oh, we have solved all the issues, with cloud gaming. The latency, don't have to worry about it, right? Because your controller connects over Wi-Fi, which goes directly to the server. It seemed like they had a good pitch, but it's not just the game studios. I think Google just fundamentally didn't know what to do with Stadia, right? It launched in a weird beta. It wasn't quite ready. That feature, the pickup from somebody else's stream feature, isn't here. So I don't know why Stadia exists. And it's a fundamental problem of, right, you have to buy these games. You have to buy these games.
Yeah, and you don't really own them, because if Stadia goes under, and who knows,
you don't own them.
Then Assassin's Creed is gone.
Yeah. And
even though you spent
Amazon
$60, just like you would if you bought a disc.
I mean,
Amazon's Luna's thing is a subscription, and that's the way I think everybody expects. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I just wonder if Google took a look at what Microsoft's doing and just, realized that they couldn't compete. Yeah. They compete not just with xCloud, but, the number of how many different game developers has Microsoft bought up? I mean, it's pulled so much in-house. It has so much raw power on the development side and on the cloud side. And I think that maybe Google was making a really smart business decision, although they haven't shuttered Stadia, but I think we should maybe take bets on whether or not Stadia is around a year or two from now.
It feels like they plucked defeat from the jaws of victory, because When Cyberpunk 2077 came out, it was bugged on consoles unless you had the latest generation. People couldn't play it on the PC, but it actually played fine on Stadia streaming. It was the one place where you could kind of experience that game.
Well, and the PC side played pretty well too.
Did it? Was it okay? So it was really just the older generation consoles that were given refunds.
It was a mess.
Yeah, it's bad.
Wow,
so bad.
It's still not on the PlayStation Store. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So it was an opportunity. I mean, people like me, I was playing it on Stadia. It was an opportunity to get to an audience, and then and they could have won Shira over with Tamagotchis.
Come on.
You had me at
They
Tamagotchi.
deserve a shot. They're so cute.
I mean, I have no grounds. I just admitted I play Animal Crossing. I have no grounds at all to mock anything. I had a Tamagotchi because my kids had one. I had one.
We all did.
Oh my God, he's got one.
Oh my God. Are you for real?
So, are you for
That is
real,
amazing.
Lance Ulanoff? What, did you have that on your shelf? You just pulled it right off?
I did. It's been sitting because we had a couple of them. My kids had them.
The kids had them.
My kids had them.
The batteries are long dead, right?
I mean, I have not fed this guy in a while.
He's still alive.
Him, but
he's so
he's
sad looking.
Yeah, I know. He's inside. It was bald.
What do you put new batteries in every couple of years
I have not. I took this out. I don't know. Probably look. When you're trapped at home, you start going through drawers and pulling stuff out, and you start putting batteries in things. And it's been sitting. So basically, it's been sitting there on my shelf ever since.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's impressive.
For those, and I think it's probably the vast majority of our listeners who have no idea what we're talking about, Shira. What is a Tamagotchi?
It's like a little virtual animal that you have to take care of. So for people who are like debating whether they'll be good parents, get a Tamagotchi. And I knew when I was like 10 that I would be a late bloomer as a parent.
It's already the worst of both worlds. You don't get the cuddling or the affection or the love of an animal, but you do have to feed them on a regular basis.
Shake them.
To play with them.
Yeah.
I guess it's still around. It's now an iPad. They poop. Do Tamagotchis poop?
Oh yeah, I think they do.
Yeah.
I kind of forget honestly. Like my memory is not very good around the Tamagotchi. I just remembered it was like in a cute little egg type of accessory.
Yeah.
And you could put it on your keychain.
Mid-90s.
Yeah.
From Bondi.
Yeah, this would go on your belt.
Yeah.
Basically,
so you never.
throw it on your belt.
Actually, that's a Pokemon you got in there.
I know. I can't get him out of here. Yeah. I don't know what to do.
I got a Pokemon stuck in my
Tamagotchi. Tweet me how to get this guy, get him out of his ball.
Tweet Lance Ulanoff on the Twitters. How do you get the Pokemon out of the Tamagotchi?